Three things you're gonna need in my situation, because I'm in this streets, this wilderness simulation. But I'm saying for everybody, for the collective, three things that you're gonna need, especially maneuvering, especially if you are talking about maneuvering through some cities. They are just melting pots of just energetic dirt, debris, just filth, scum. I'm talking about Gehenna. That was a place in Israel where they would burn trash. That's what Earth, not the whole Earth, but these congested areas, that's what they're becoming energetically, like Gehenna. These were like landfills, and you burned the trash in these landfills. This is what these places are, because if you see, they keep building everything right on top of each other, when the human arc field has been scientifically proven to be 5 feet. And we know that it's not that case now since the vax, but because that basically it extracts your life force energy. So you really are on par. I'm talking about the vaxxers are really on par to being human robots, essentially. But off of that, it still don't matter. They still carry germs. Germs still live on surfaces, and they still carry germs. Physical germs have spiritual implications. They have spiritual energies. Bad germs are negative energies. You have good germs, positive energy. We have good and bad germs. We have good and bad cells. Negative and positive. That's all. So maneuvering through these places, Holy Spirit, my father had been telling me I always use the tea tree oil. In fact, I use the tea tree oil straight. I'm saying whenever I do a number 2, use the restroom and do a number 2, whatever way that I do it, I always use the tea tree oil straight to wipe myself, period. Because I've wiped myself like 6 times, and it's still like residue there. That means that you basically, the parasites that live in the fecal material, that means they're still present too. Even if you say you wipe yourself with a dry napkin, all right, you're still going to have it smeared. Even though you can't see it, you're still going to have smeared shit in your ass. So, which carries parasites, which 99% of these humans out here are anyway. That's why they don't give a shit about properly cleaning their ass. So, and I don't, like I said, I don't even know why I got on that, but I use the tea tree oil straight. Even to wipe my ass, I use the tea tree oil straight. I just drop like 6 drops, however many amount, onto the tissue, and I make sure I clean that whole area, period. It does not burn. It doesn't hurt. Like I said, maybe I don't know. My addiction was the pain, so I have a higher tolerance than most people, so I don't know if you probably feel like it burns, but it's not a harmful burn. If it does burn, it's not a harmful burn. I go as far as putting this on a Q-tip and wiping in the rim of the anal cavity, because the shit that comes out, if you ever use a Q-tip and wipe that rim area after you shit, it be poop, it be shit on a Q-tip. So that's where parasites enter and exit. They enter and exit there. So like I said, I even go as far as to, on the Q-tip, put the tea tree oil in there and just wipe in the rim. Like I said, it's not harmful. It's not going to do anything. Like, it's not going to do no type of damage. But I use this and for everything else. But I'm saying straight, I use it for that area. I even use this straight on my, on my other private part. I use it straight to clean. Being in a wilderness simulation out here on the streets, you don't have access to much, but I use my antibacterial and my antivirals to clean myself. Put it on a wipe. This on the wipe. That's how you keep that area disinfected. Myhrr. This was a biblical essential oil, but I have mixed in here is frankincense. I have frankincense mixed in here with the myhrr. I have frankincense mixed in here and straight 100% diluted, and it says on the, because a lot of this shit out here is diluted and polluted. Now, if we're talking about disclosure, these big companies know they gotta, if they put that disclosure in there, you'd be better off going with that than something that has no type of disclosure in there, because they know universal law. These big corporations, they're owned by the same family. They know universal law will get their ass. So you better off to list with someone that has some type of disclosure like this, like where did that shit go? It says something about independent third-party tested, 100% pure essential oil, plant-based and all natural, no added dye. It also had on here, I can't see that part, man. Like, it's independently tested, third-party tested. They'll have that on the essential oils. I always get those essential oils versus something that doesn't have anything on it, because if it doesn't have anything on there, they're not liable for anything. So I use the tea tree oil on, any private part. Every time we're releasing, using a restroom, and that's pretty much how you're going to have to travel out here in these end times, because of we already seen biological warfare at play in this whole matrix. We already seen that shit. They used that shit. They still using that shit in 2024. Shutting everything down. Basically holding everyone's attention hostage on this fictitious virus I'm not fictitious, but exaggerated virus that can't do shit to beings like myself. It can't do shit to a being like myself. First of all, this past Friday, it's Monday. This past Friday, I did some rebellious deeds, and my father let me, and I'm not going to say what, because Satan, I know you're listening, bitch, and I know you are the number one persecutor and accuser of the saints. So I did some rebellious deeds, and Satan don't have access to everything. He got access to limited information, so I'm not telling you shit, bitch, about what I did. But I did it was more on a few. And I had a long-term offense, because my father kept telling me to fast, and I was not fasting, because how I was moving, like, I felt like, all right, I need that energy. I need that energy to keep this walking and keep this moving. So I was neglecting that's my number one job in this reality right now, is to be fasting, because we are in the end times. We are on demon time. The portals of hell and the abyss have been opened on earth, and you're gonna just keep seeing the wickedness, the evilness increase. This is written in prophecy, this is written in the script. So for me to even have a chance to combat the evil spirits just roaming to and fro, seeking to whom they may devour, I'm the chief person they want to devour out here, dude. Just all types of shit. I got arrested, kidnapped for being in a fucking tent. And like I said, I'm gonna put that on the record for whoever was involved in that. I'm talking about every earth vessel involved in that, and any vessels in any other dimension of reality responsible for my kidnapping, being held hostage, and that of my child. Everyone except for the divinely exempt, because I never would declare the wrath of Allah on anyone close to myself that I care about. So, and we know that they're the ones that do the wicked shit, the ones closest to you. So it's not for them. But for everyone else, all you other motherfuckers involved in this, before you leave this earth, you will wish you had a tent to live in. Because we're going to drive you motherfucking underground in the fucking sewers, man. We're going to drive you in the motherfucking sewers. You going to wish you had a fucking tent. You going to wish. And that's a divine declaration. That is your judgment. And you will have to carry out that lifestyle and that sentence for the divine amount of time decided upon by my Father, the divine judge, the judge of all. My Father will determine how many years on this earth, and this is before you leave your body. You're not getting out of your body. Whoever was involved in the tent situation, you're not getting out of your body. My Father is determining how many years before you leave this earth that you spend wishing you had a tent to live in, because you are going to get driven out of every space that you're in, whether it's by humans or whether it's by animal vessels. Don't think you going in nature and you're gonna just pitch a tent and live out in nature for the remainder of your days. Don't think it's gonna go like that, because we're gonna send the beasts of the field to wherever you're encamped at. If you're encamped in the desert, listen, we can move through any vessel, rattlesnakes, pythons. Like, we can see you anywhere. We can see you anywhere. But you gonna wish you had a tent. It's gonna be so bad. A sewer, it's gonna feel like paradise for your ass. Because that's where you're going to be driven to, underground in the sewers. So that's established on earth. That decree is established on earth as it is in heaven. So about the oils, like I said, my Father is telling me like how essential and critical it is to have these. These are biblical oils, ancient oils. They were more precious than silver and gold, because we didn't have the type of medicines and advances and stuff. They didn't have that shit. So that shit can literally save your life. If you got a virus back then, you might not make it through it. You might not live. So these, like the frankincense, the myhrrs, and shit like that, shit, that would save your life. What good is it to have silver and gold when you don't have your body, like a healthy body to enjoy it with? So these were critical oils, and they're even more critical today because of the biological warfare. We've seen what it can do. We've seen what it does. I mean, it shut down everything, the world, for years, and they were able to do all their sorcery and treachery behind the scenes while we were, while they had had the biological warfare. Sitting up here coughing now. While they had the biological warfare, holding everyone's attention, they were able to do all the fuckery that is going on today. I'm talking about with these fake shadow laws, these fake mandates, and all of this. They was able to just pull the wool over everyone's eyes because of this biological warfare, which, like I said, it ain't shit to me. It never moved me to go put some foreign substance in my body. I never had any fear about this shit. That it was like, all right, let me go put a foreign substance of something that's going to alter my DNA. It has that has animal DNA. Like, I don't know if I don't know this one. I know most of them have swine. They have swine DNA, aborted fetal cells, all these heavy metals that just sit in your brain. And there is scientific proof, facts, and studies that show that most Alzheimer's and dementia patients, they have aluminum in their brains. When they do all the scans and everything, they have aluminum in their brains. Large amounts of heavy metals in their brain. You get heavy metals shit every day that you're putting on that deodorant with aluminum in it. That shit goes into your pores. From your pores, it goes into your bloodstream. From your bloodstream, it goes into it'll pass your blood-brain barrier. So it's like, this shit is critical out here. But with these essential oils, these are must-haves for just interacting with this world, because they are the incubators and the carriers of these foreign viruses. These are man-made. These are made in labs. And how aggressive they're making them in this timeline, man. The shit that they gonna have the shit that they gonna have in these future timelines, man, it's gonna knock y'all off y'all socks, man. I definitely, and my intention is not even to speak this into existence, because, like I said, I don't want nobody telling me how to come and go and move and shit. But I think that final wham bam, when they like, all right, we ready to hit that reset button and we finna go into this digital shit. I'm talking about after this, we not gonna be accepting no more cash from you motherfuckers. I think it's gonna come through another biological warfare, like the one that they shut the world down from. I think it's gonna come from something like that, but it obviously it's gonna have to be worse, because that was like a test shit. That was like a test run. Like, all right, how many people is it gonna kill? How vicious? How? Because they didn't have a lot of time to study the effects of this shit on things. The human population were the test subjects. So now they see exactly how this shit, how it was concocted and how it played out. This was an experiment, a human experiment. So they were able to, now they know when they're ready to do their next one, they know exactly how they got to play this shit out. So, boy, get ready. But my father was just telling me about the importance of every time you in one of these stores, like grab. And I ain't doing that shit now because I'm just in my I'm in my wilderness simulation. So I'm not about to be keeping a bunch of shit on me. But I'm saying, for any of my father's other children that could ever come across this, you never know. My father is saying, every time you're in one of these places or even online, just grab an extra antibacterial, antiviral, essential oil. Because if they, that's why, alright, shit. And, alcohol is key. 91% and the 70% is the isopropyl. Like, that shit's key. Because that is actually, it kills, it's so effective in killing microorganisms, negative microorganisms and shit like that. It even kills the nanotechnology, which they are microorganisms, but they're mixed with the heavy metals, the aluminums, and they survive off of the human biofield, the electricity field. So essentially, I'm going to call them like creatures on I'm going to call them like artificial creatures, really. They're really like artificial creatures, because it's like, I don't, like I said, my Dr. Virtual 7 on YouTube, he goes, I don't get into the science of that shit. He gets into all that shit. I just use this stuff to stay alive. The beings that I'm connected to, they just tell me what to do. I don't necessarily always know the science behind it. That's where obedience comes in, because I gotta, like, what? You want me to use this, or you want me to drink this? Like, I was pissed about that, having my father telling me I had to drink that kefir, that plain kefir. But I'm not gonna question why, and I don't know all of the reasons why, but I know it had to do with the probiotics, which I need, and the protein and the calcium, which I need, which I'm not getting out here. So that's better. It's the best of the worst for me right now. So as far as that alcohol, that fumigates your whole insides, your whole respiratory tract. That is to be inhaled, breathed in, inhaled, because it literally, how the Holy Spirit told me what it does, it disintegrates the nanobots. It disintegrates the nanobots. So it literally like burns their asses up, and it can't take hold of you, because those heavy metals, they I don't know how the science behind it, but I just imagine it like it can basically like stick onto like your cells and stuff like that. It just clings onto that stuff. So alcohol are to survival, the alcohol, and exactly during that whole pandemic situation, you couldn't find alcohol anywhere. I had to order alcohol. I had to order that shit online, and then they were limiting it. They were limiting the like, oh, you can only buy, they were saying you can only buy 2 at a time. It was on some shit like that. So what you think's gonna happen during some other shit, like some worse shit, if they, which this was a mild test run, because That shit can't do shit to a person with a normal immune function, man. And if it did, you was just meant to get the fuck up out of here. So on some worse shit, man, you already know it's gonna be the same shit. So stocking up on that alcohol, like, and essential oils, antibacterial, this type shit. And that 70% is good for when you're doing dry fast, because it has a little more bioavailability with the higher water content. That is the one you want to use while you're doing dry fast and using it straight. All you got, just on a paper towel, washcloth, pour it straight on there, and you're continually, even throughout the day, you're continually wiping yourself down, especially areas that have a large porous surface, like the bottom of your feet and shit, because that's where the toxins from your fasting and stuff is going to be excreting through your pores. So a lot of times when you fast, if you're not disinfecting your skin, annoying ass motherfucker. No, you ain't. No, you don't normally clean that area. But if you're not disinfecting your skin during fast, you might. I'm a fasting veteran, so same definitely don't apply to me, to some of y'all that's just gonna be getting into this shit. But if you're not keeping your getting those I don't know what type of poisons they are, but they are essentially poisons that are going to be coming through your pores from the fasting. The fasting, that is the quickest way to detox the surface of your skin. That is the quickest way. So you got to know that these toxins and poisons are going to be seeping through your pores, and if you don't get them off, you're going to feel sicker. You're going to feel sick. You're going to feel nauseous, like fainting, and really, really weak. And you'll notice, if you keep up with the alcohol baths and the alcohol wipe downs during fasting, you will notice a significant reduction in the Herkimer reactions. The Herkimer reactions, I forget how you spell that shit, but that's basically your body going into like the healing crisis. Your body is getting sick. Your body is feeling these symptoms. Nosy bitch. You a nosy fuck. I saw you, nigga. I saw you. Get the fuck out of here. But it's the healing crisis when you start to feel all these sickness symptoms from the process of detoxing. Your body is going to go through that. And let's just say this, if you let the toxins sit on the surface of your skin, if you think of, all right, not think about, but your skin is your largest organ. Again, this is science. Your skin is your largest organ. So if you just let, and your skin and your pores, it gets clogged. So if you're letting these toxins come through your pores and get clogged in them, and you're not wiping them off, you're gonna feel sick as a fucking dog. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense to go get in a fucking shower without quality filters. Oh my gosh, this is why I don't like getting on this fucking internet, because it's like this shit, it goes too far. It goes too far, because when you get into one thing, you got to get into the next and the next and the next and the next. Just look up all of the chemicals. That's all I'm going to say. Just look up all of the forever chemicals. Forever chemicals. That means you ain't never getting that shit out your body unless you go to some motherfucking one of them places like the Dr. Sebi healing, the Amazonian forest. You got to do it. Expensive treatments to remove forever chemicals. Forever is not. It's forever if you don't pay the price. You're gonna pay a hefty penny to get all these chemicals out your body. So it don't make sense to go get in that shower if you don't have quality filters. Fluoride was used in war to kill the enemy. Fluoride. It also calcifies the pineal gland and all types of fuck shit. All types of fuck shit. All the forever chemicals. All the pharmaceuticals. You might as well be a motherfucking street junkie if you want to be up in these showers. Because with all the pharmaceuticals that they dump into the ocean, that shit trickles into your shower water. They had this study. The woman, I believe she was a woman, a scientist. The water was changing the sex of the frogs. I think it was giving them both organs or some shit. And that makes sense now. I'm thinking about that shit makes sense now, because they changing all you niggas in the women. That's why most of y'all niggas' dicks don't even work no more. Oh shit. Now I never got the connection to that. I read that study years and years and years and years and years and years ago. I read that study. She was a woman. I probably would not even have access to this information again because I'm sure, like Google, they probably taking that shit. I don't know if they took that shit down, but they taking most of the truth down. So one day we're gonna be able to get all of this shit back, all of the either the websites or the information. Because I used to save all this shit, but I lost accounts and all that stuff. But the woman, she was a scientist, and she did the study on like the water from the pharmaceuticals being dumped in the water, and the hormones and shit, all that shit that's in the water as well. It changed the sex of the I think it was toads or frogs were the subjects. And I didn't, obviously this was so long ago, like this might was probably over 5 years ago when I first came upon that information. Now I get now I understand, like in today's timeline, and I'm just channeling this information. The phase before they turn y'all into women, most of y'all males is going to be going impotent. Like, y'all not going to be able to work. Y'all not going to be able to work your rod. And that has spiritual implications, because y'all have been misusing it. You've been using it for root chakra solely. Just merging with filth, with anything for your lower instincts and your nature. And Mother Nature said, no, she's going to be making most of you males either sterile or impotent. Shit. It's where y'all... I ain't even gonna go there, but dang, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing now. And it's all because of abuse and misuse. You just nonchalantly merging with other beings that may not be in your higher or divine alignment. And when you're doing that, because that is two life force coming together, you're manifesting on the earth. And if you're continually doing that, and you're going to be manifesting dysfunction. Dysfunction, which is dis-ease. You're going to be manifesting dis-ease on the planet, and Mother Earth is going to, because Mother Earth is raising her frequency, she's going to stop that shit. So she's going to stop your dick. She's going to stop your dick, and you're not going to be able to use it anymore. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Get ready. And it's going, like, now, obviously, I'm speaking, the further along we get into the age of Aquarius physically on Earth, the more you're going to see these things increase, obviously, because the old has to fall away. These dysfunctional patterns and habits and behaviors, they have to end on Earth. All right? How are they going to end? How are we going to stop this dysfunctional procreation and mating system that you guys have been participating in and been operating in? All right, well, a nigga can't do shit if he don't have a dick. So we finna stop y'all dicks from even working. Then are you going to have any reason to live once your dick stops working? That's my question. If not, if you don't have a reason to live after that, then you don't belong on the earth. Bye. That's what it's headed for going forward. That's what it's headed for. So again, about the showers, it don't make sense to fast and then jump in a shower that don't have a quality filter in it and reintroduce these chemicals into your body, because when you're in a fasting state, you're more receptive. When you're in the shower, and when you're in a hot shower, a warm shower, your pores are open. So can you imagine the shit that you'll be taking in? That shit that's called self-sabotage, self-undoing. All you need is this shit. I ain't showing let me get my fucking gloves, man. I ain't even trying to show my shit. Because with these bots, they got scanning technology, and they see this shit. They can scan all your body parts and know who the fuck you are. So this is key with because these shits be too dry. They don't even put enough fucking alcohol in this shit. I'm finna pour half of this thing in there. It's gonna be liquid, but I want to make sure that shit is saturated. It's saturated enough. Yeah. And then on top of that, I'm not just gonna stop there. This is what I forgot to do. That. Let me put this down for a second. This is what my father is telling me. Like I said, my father tells me. My father is the universal intelligence system, so my father tells me through my guides, my guardians, my ancestors, da-da-da-da-da. And the list goes on and on. So I think everyone, well, I only think Allah. You're only supposed to think Allah. But I'm grateful for all of my spiritual help. But I put the tea tree oil in the alcohol, let it, I do probably, until I don't know, I'm one of them type of people, I just go by my feeling. So I'm going to let that go into there for a certain amount of time. It's going to be tea tree oil alcohol. This is, you can't get no cleaner than this shit. Fuck your fucking dirty ass, filthy, sludge ass shower, Satan. Bitch had a nerve to say, holding my child hostage, talking about because he ain't take no fucking shower. Give me fucking clean, access to clean, purified fucking water, bitch. Anyone involved in that situation, you are in the dimensions of hell. You are going to wish for a fucking shower before you leave this fucking earth. Just know that. And you're serving out that your sentence in your body. You're serving a sentence out in your physical fucking body for the divine amount of years before you are allowed to leave your body and leave this fucking earth. That's in the name of Allah. And that shall be decided on him by my Father in heaven, how many years you got to live out as a sludge human vessel, filled with and covered in sludge. Since you wanted to try that shit, bitch. Since you wanted to try that shit, you gonna wish you even had a shower. You ain't gonna have access to nothing, I'm telling you, because whatever way that we have to bring it about, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be, like I said, that's why they kept having y'all as a collective U99. That's why they kept having y'all participate in that ritual. Final Destination. That movie y'all was watching, y'all was watching 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many of them shits they had, but that's why they had y'all all participating in that manifestation ritual. You sitting in that movie in front of the tell lie vision. It was telling lies to your vision while you was while you was releasing all your endorphins from your Coke, your butter popcorn, butter and salt popcorn, your candy, your alcohol, your nacho and cheese. Y'all was releasing them. Y'all was in a good feeling state. That's the number one thing you need for your positive manifestations or whatever manifestation. You need a good feeling state. So they had y'all in a good feeling state. Y'all was basically like a coven because y'all was all sitting congregated in a divine vicinity from each other. You all had your snacks, you had your drugs that was releasing these heavy amounts of endorphins. So y'all was feeling good. Y'all had y'all chemicals. They had y'all in an emotional state. Everything that they was feeling, they wasn't feeling in that movie. They actors, but everything that they was projecting towards y'all, feeling wise. Like for example, when Jason hit that did that nigga have his chainsaw? Oh, whatever. When them niggas had that chainsaw and and that shit went off, y'all guys real scared, like y'all. It was basically like y'all was really there. You know why? Because y'all gonna be in them timelines coming up. Oh, you gonna have some wicked niggas out here that's on that fuck shit. Yo, and don't sit up here and try to make me like I'm fucking crazy for putting that out there. Didn't they just it's February? What I said it's February. It's April, almost 20th something, I think. It's 2024, and didn't this nigga just get caught for dismembering this so-called black girl? Didn't he just get caught up for dismembering this bitch? Y'all think that this shit is so far off? But the only difference in the future timelines, you gonna have the motherfuckers running around like the Purge, though. Like it's going to be a sport for them, because these are demons from the abyss they were with that CERN portal shit. They were transported here from the abyss, and they were sort of like mixed with the artificial intelligence and the and all that shit. So it's going to be like demons from the abyss on steroids out here. You think they're not going to be doing this shit for a sport? And they have the permission. They have the permission to be here. You come across me on some fuck shit, I ban you from the earth forever. You will not get your chance for fun, bitch. Just know that. And a lot of times, these bitches be so mad. I ain't gonna get into that, because that's gonna go down another rabbit hole. But when I'm cloaked, when I'm disguised and I'm invisible, and they want to fuck with me because they think that I'm mortal, and they find out they banned from Earth, weeping and gnashing in the teeth is all I hear from the other dimensions. That's what you get, bitch. And these bitches, if they would have knew it was me, would they have done the same thing? Not. This is how stupid they are. This is why you guys are fucked. That's gonna have to be out here amongst these niggas. Because if they would have knew their consequences, they would never come across a being like me. So you think that they not gonna come and testing y'all and torturing the fuck out of y'all? So like I said, I don't know how essential oils got into this shit. Yo, that's why I said this is not going to be structured in any type of way, because it's like one concept can quickly go to another, and then you gotta get back. But anyway, I put the tea tree oil in this alcohol, and I'm gonna keep pouring, because look, I want my disinfectants in here. I want it mixed together. So that's good. Now, all right, this is fully saturated. Now I'm going to try to see if it can go back into here. No, I'm not. I'm pour the whole thing in here. As long as this shit don't leak. Because I don't need any more extra shit to carry with me. I don't need any extra bottles if I don't have to have them. So as long as this shit don't leak, we good. So now I got the tea tree oil, the frankincense, and the myrrh, and alcohol for my wipes, for my nose. I want to be doing this throughout the day. Is it going to leak? Nope, and it don't leak. Thank Allah. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. So I'm going to use this throughout the day. If you're fasting, this is what you want to use instead of those funky ass, nasty ass showers, unless you have a quality filter. That's the only excuse. Yo, what the fuck am I doing, man? I'm supposed to be getting somewhere. But that's the only time you gonna want to be up in that shower. And soon as you do the alcohol wipe down, you can use your intuition of what essential oils you want to use. If you're not in a wilderness simulation and you're like, all right, I'll be out and about, and I have anxiety when I'm out amongst people, that you might want to go with a lavender essential oil, which is calming, and it's going to reduce stress. All this shit that I'm saying is scientifically proven. All of this shit, they all have specific physical properties, and if they have a physical property, that means they have a spiritual property, as above, so below. So you dealing with combating anxiety, and a lot of times anxiety is not even caused by you. It's caused from, again, they build everything on top of each other. If our energetic fields are scientifically proven to be 5 feet in radius, and you're always around somebody else, that means people are constantly in your energy field. You don't know. These are hitchhikers, like lice, mites, parasites. These are hitchhikers. They jump from one person, boom, and they in your field now. Now you got somebody's anxiety. Now you picked up on their anxiety, and you thinking it's yours. So deep inhalations of this alcohol, whatever concoction you want to make, even straight. Deep inhalations in, hold it, release. Keep doing that throughout the day. Keep fumigating throughout the day, because science, man, it's mold, fungi, spores, I'm saying, being distributed into the air through these through the chemtrails and shit like that. It's being dispersed especially with the rain. It comes down from the clouds, settles on everything in the air, and you breathing this shit in continually, and you wonder why you're always in a state of just dis-ease. Wonder why you always in a state of dis-ease. And negative thoughts are dis-ease. That means something is off. Look at the word dis, and then look at the word ease. You're not in divine alignment. You're not at ease, even within your mind. So just that, using that alcohol, and because the nanobots, they have their own intellect. They have their own intellect. So their thoughts can become your thoughts, and that can be scientifically proven too. They have scientific studies out here that parasites crave certain foods, and they'll transmit that that craving and that thought. They'll keep pulsating it to the host, which is the human vessel, the host, to get that whatever's going to feed them. That the host is being in a constant, is in a pulsation. It's feeling that urge, that nudge from that parasite to get it. It's communicating with the host telepathically. That's it. It's communicating with the host telepathically. So you are picking up on the thoughts and the desires of that parasite or pathogen or microorganism, whatever it is. So if you're in heavy congested areas, you can never really determine what's yours and what's not. Can never really determine what's yours and what's not. So, what the fuck else? That's why when I'm in heavily, I don't know, I find comfort. Any repeating of my father's words, like the Quran, like any repeating of those words, that's my comfort, because that's my father. So, like, I listen to this shit like y'all be listening to these motherfucking celebrity bloggers and shit, like, and internet shit. I listen to my Ruqyahs. That's my prescription, and that's my medicine for today. I ain't gonna say that. That's my father's words. So I have it playing in the background right now. I play that when I'm going into these heavily congested areas, because this one that I have on now. This shit is the tested and trusted Ruqyah. Oh, I also keep subliminal messages playing, flashing on my screen, because my subconscious is picking it up. So hopefully y'all can't see what the fuck I'm saying, but
اللهم ابتل سحر الخسارة، اللهم ابتل سحر الخسارة، اللهم ابتل سحر الخسارة، اللهم ابتل سحر تبديد الأموال، اللهم ابتل سحر تبديد الأموال، اللهم ابتل أسحار الفقر، اللهم ابتل أسحار الفقر، اللهم ابتل أسحار الفقر، اللهم ابتل أسحار الفقر، اللهم ابتل أسحار الكفار، اللهم ابتل أسحار الكفار، اللهم ابتل سحر التفريق الأزواج، اللهم ابتل سحر الطلاق، اللهم ابتل سحر الطلاق، اللهم ابتل سحر الطلاق، اللهم ابتل أسحار الطلاق والفرقة والبغضاء، اللهم ابتل أسحار الطلاقة والفرقة والبغضاء، اللهم ابتل سحر البغضاء، اللهم اجعل في سحر الطلاق زيادة في المحبة، اللهم اجعل في سحر التفريق الأزواج زيادة في المحبة والمودة، اللهم ابتل أسحار المحبة، اللهم ابتل أسحار المحبة، اللهم ابتل أسحار المحبة، اللهم ابتل أسحار الزنا، اللهم ابتل أسحار الزنا، اللهم ابتل أسحار الزنا، اللهم ابتل أسحار الوقوع في زنا، اللهم ابتل أسحار الوقوع في الزنا، اللهم ابتل أسحار التسخير والجلب والمحبة، 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 اللهم ابتل كل سحر على قلوبهم.
All you motherfuckers that want to give me the fucking evil eye and doing evil shit all day, y'all niggas finna get that shit back instantly. And I'm talking about that shit finna play out in y'all physical reality. It's finna hit y'all like next day. What's that? Next day business. Next day business air. Next business day air on y'all niggas. I continually have a bunch of niggas just doing evil shit. Not just the evil shit, but the evil eye is rampant out here. So I'm putting y'all on notice. Y'all gonna hear this. Test it and trust it, and yeah. But I have, like, that's not the only one that I'm playing. I play a whole bunch of them, but I do because I want this to be. I want to be continually transmitting this. That, like I said, if you are, this is a time of divine order. That means we're under divine law. And if you don't know me from a can of paint. I'm saying in this flesh, if I didn't wrong you or no shit like that, and you like staring at me with hate, with death and hate and doing shit to fuck with me, it's only righteous for you to get that right back, divine times fold. So me walking around and continually putting that into my ear gate, which is a portal, and bringing it to this dimension, like it's in effect. It's in effect. I release any fear-based energy directed towards me from any dimension of reality, evil against my love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, my heaven and earth, my pursuit of happiness on this earth. I just sneeze in the physical. A sneeze is a release. So it's only right for me to set an intent with that, as above, so below. I can make it way more potent if I add a mantra to that, or a decree to that physical act. I can use that energy. I am in a releasing state by sneezing, so I am going to use that. I am going to use that to set an intent. Because I have the feeling state, which you need for manifestation, which everybody knows how you feel after a sneeze, with the intent, and I have the decree, the declaration, what is that? The decree a thing so. So we can use all these physical things we can use to, people call make magic. But I just used that release to release any fear-based energy being directed at me everywhere, every dimension of reality. So I don't know how the video got so long. I was just, like I said, these videos are for now, and especially the future timelines. Like, definitely want to be investing in these things that can save your life, because when they shut shit down and you don't have access to certain things, by that time it's like too late. Because like I said, they even limited the amount of alcohol that you could get online. You could only buy like 2 at a time during that last shutdown. So it's going to be vital to stock up on these things that can make such a difference in your life. And again, alcohol can be used for every single thing, like as far as disinfecting and cleaning, antiviral, antibacterial. I fumigate my whole respiratory system and my lungs throughout the day. I'm fumigating with these different concoctions that I'm making. Whatever. You just gotta look up the different purposes. Like if you're trying to fight a cold, they got essential oils for that. If you're trying to, like I said, for the anxiety, they got essential oils for that. If you want to lighten your mood up, you might want to use some orange. Oregano that's one of the best ones. Oregano, you want heavy, you got a virus, you want to get some oregano. Be doing breathing treatments all throughout the day, and these are so rapidly absorbed and used. I think it's 60 seconds to get into your blood. The molecules are so tiny, and these essential oils, they literally get to your blood in like 60 seconds. So they get used up really quick. So you want to keep doing this. Keep doing it as much as you can until the virus is gone. Until the virus is completely gone. So, anything else? I gotta get ready to go. Oh, I heard something about the bird flu. How they got something like that. I know they had a confirmed case of bubonic plague in California, and it's April 2024. I heard this, and I think it was either March 2024. Confirmed case of bubonic plague. So, and this is, like I said, prophecy has already written. Like, we're going more and more into the times of the plagues, pestilence, and famines, and all of this stuff is obviously Satan's mad scientists are behind this shit. Like, come on. So that's, you gonna be fighting man-made viruses, and these things, they are these essential oils and the stuff from nature is not a they can't build up that immune defense like they could, because I'm trying to think of how to say it scientifically, but pretty much the shit in the lab, that shit made in that lab, everything is identical. So they can form the immunity to this shit. They grow intelligent to this shit and they build up the immunity, and then they build up the resistance to this shit because it's made in the lab, which they can't do that with Mother Nature's products. That's scientifically proven too. And like I said, I don't get into all that, like the depth of it, but they can't form that type of immunity to Mother Nature's products. So you thinking about using the pharmaceutical shit, it's only gonna get you but for so far. I mean, there's even countless studies that came out that the vaxxers, it doesn't make you immune. So